how do you handle it if someone is trying to take a quick picture of you, like even with your back turned to them, when you're in a store or another public place? I mean, he says, I've had this happen. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal to me, but the more I think about the idea, the more it just seems rude. So, how do you deal with unwanted attention?
Photography.
Yeah, especially photography. Yeah.
Yeah. There will be kilt paparazzi. It is part of what you do. Think of it this way: you are, in your own way, a mini celebrity, where it's people don't see, ooh, the guy in the kilt. Oh my gosh, no one's going to believe me. So they want to take a picture. Yeah. So, I have a little story about that. It happens to me on a quasi-regular basis, meaning, every couple months or so, if I'm out at dinner or something like that. You kind of just have to deal with it, kind of get over it. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do. It is human nature. They see something different, they're going to want to capture it. Everyone has a phone in their pocket now, so they're going to want to take a picture of it. My favorite story with this is we were doing a festival out in Dublin, Ohio. And we had our little 10 by 20 booth, and we're standing inside the booth, and there are 3 teenage girls standing outside the booth. And the one girl pulls her phone up in selfie mode and is looking over her shoulder at me kind of like this, and then, clicking the picture. And I'm looking over, I can see she's doing it.
Yeah.
So she, sheepishly takes the picture and then, puts her head down and goes over to her friends, and they all kind of huddle around. So I just walk up behind them and said, excuse me, if you ask nicely, I'll let you take my picture.
Right.
And there's, woo, and they all just scurry off. But
yeah,
but it's just one of those where it's just I don't know, people are going to be people. And sometimes, they don't have manners. Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That was kind of, because when this question came in, I went out to the production room and was asking guys, okay, guys, I know this has probably happened to all of you guys. What do you think? And the consensus was kind of what you said, but it's if you would have asked me first, I would have been happy to give you a photo or even do a selfie with you, and we could have had some fun with it. But as it is, you're just being rude. So, it doesn't earn any respect or desire to play along. So, I mean, I guess you could do something, if you notice I'm doing it, you could do something like make a face or flip them off and try to ruin the photo, but I don't know if that's sinking to their level or not, in a way.
Throw up some horns and a
lot of people I know that'd be
face.
fine, but the one response that my friend Annie gave me was that this happened to her once, and she was saying, what I should have done, but I didn't think to do it at the time, was I should have whipped out my camera and taken a picture back at them, just to drive the point home.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's kind of like answering the question, the what's under question is you gotta decide what level you want to take it to in terms of whether you want to be polite or if you want to get in their face. I think it's gonna vary from person to person.
You could ask them for copies of the photo. Hey, would you mind forwarding that to me? It's great, thanks.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would do the KGB thing, just go and take the camera, no pictures, smash it on the ground. But that's just me.
Yeah, that may be frowned upon by police.
It might be.
Perhaps.
But I do personally feel you should call them on it somehow, because it's not just us who deal with this. But it's just it's an invasion of privacy, and you're in a public place. They have every right legally to do it. It's just rude, So I would probably play nice and say, look, we could have had a nice time here if you had a little bit more moxie, a little bit more guts, and actually asked me. But I would definitely call him on it, somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.